Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Super Secret Tech, and today we are going to be going over the deck that I'm using currently for best of one. I'm going to kind of go over it real quick, um, and then I'll swap over and we'll play some games and see if we can progress through. Um, I've made a couple of different changes. But this is kind of what I'm going with right now, and I'm going to test this part out. If this doesn't work, I do have another version that does have a little more land in it, and that doesn't use the ambitious farmhand. But I'm going to kind of go card by card, talk about why I'm using the cards, and basically what the goal of the deck is, and then we'll do some playtime. So Chaplain. Basically, it's just a good cheap card that comes back, which is nice. And it has first strike, and it makes it a little bit harder to kill, which is wonderful. Um, Monk is just really strong when you're dealing with low casting cost because we can get those +1/+1 counters going. Paladin class is kind of our way of uh, not only slowing down the opponent even more so, um, but also as like a way of pumping our guys. And it's also a low casting cost, so it really helps us build up those additional, um, helps us build up very quickly to monk procs and clarion procs. Portable hole is just a really solid removal. And it is just very, very useful with getting stuff out of the way that you need out of the way. Usher is a can win a game very easily by itself, which is nice. It doesn't happen often, but it can. Ambitious farmhand. So I wanted to cut down lands even further and try ambitious farmhand because we really only need to hit like 4 mana ever. Our most expensive spell is Leech and Angel, but we really want to get to 3 fairly consistently. So I thought maybe by running a little bit less lands, but running farmhand, we might be able to get that magic 3 number more consistently. Clarion Spirit, again, just another thing that, because we're casting a lot of low cost things, that gets us extra procs and gets us flyers, which is nice to deal with dragons and stuff so we can block and go all out. Aspirant is just a really solid card. Helps make your little guys bigger. Really can push you out of the way of several different types of decks that you may be facing. Spellbinder is probably the best utility card in the format. 3/1 for 3 with flying, and it makes something in their hand more expensive. Just a very good, solid control card. Adeline, we're running one of these, and it's really just a. It can be a bomb in this deck. It's not necessarily always a bomb. But it can be a bomb, and it can force them to block it. Skyclave, very good removal, yet again. Legion Angel, we're running one of these and 3 in the board, which gives us access to all 4 of them. You should get as many as you can fill up in your hand without discarding when you play this. So if you have like 2 spots, go ahead and pull 2 of them in. It doesn't hurt. For lands, we're running 2 Cave of the Frost Dragons, 15 Snow-Covered Plains, and 3 Faceless Havens. Now, the other version of this deck that I have, without the farmhands, runs 18 Plains, 4 Havens. I cut that down a little bit to slide in the farmhands, just to see if we can get that nice, consistent 3, which is the goal of what we're looking for here. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Oh, let me turn on camera for you guys. There you go. Now you can see me. So, we're just going to play some matches and see how it goes and see what our lessons learned of trying to do this farmhand build are. So this is already really solid. Um, I'm going to start with Paladin class just to get it out there. And because Chaplain isn't the best by itself, Paladin class is actually really good against Delver, which is fantastic. It just stops them from being able to do um, the extra things on your turn. So it forces them to play its sorcery speed, which is really good for us. Farmhand here. So this is going to get us to 4, which is fantastic. Yeah, that's fine. Like, we literally are just running it for the fetch. We don't care if the creature ever lives. I mean, it's cool that it can, and it's cool that it does have the Coven ability, because, believe it or not, that Coven ability will be live quite a bit. My turn's going to get very interesting, so I can do one of two things. So I can either Paladin, Chaplain, or I can Spellbinder. In this particular instance, I think it's best to... I still think it's best to Spellbinder first here. Then I can do, like... Yeah, I'm really happy with that. And then I can either Paladin Aspirant, or I can Paladin Chaplain. Either of those is fine. I'm probably going to block here if he attacks. If not, when I play my Paladin class, it basically forces him. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, so we're going to use... Let's do this right first. So Paladin first. This takes his Unsummon offline. Then we're going to take his Delved. Very important that we're taking the Delved version. And then we're going to put a counter on Spellbinder and go ahead and start attacking the face. Basically, he doesn't want to bounce Spellbinder because it just makes me... It lets me push something back even further in his hand. Yeah, sure. Now we can do... that's not that great yet. So we're going to do Aspirant, Chaplain. We're going to keep pumping the Spellbinder. The double Chaplain here really helps us lock down Delver. Because he doesn't want to attack into it with Delver. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll Chaplain again. And we'll just keep pumping in our flyer. Here we'll go ahead and attack with, I guess, both Chaplains. No reason not to get the extra damage in here. Cool. Delver dead. Fantastic. Alright, his turn. There's not a whole lot he's going to be able to do here. Because he's just not going to have enough on the board to recover with. And that's kind of the name of the game with this style of a deck. Is the whole purpose is to control just enough of the board that they don't ever have the ability to catch up with you, which is fantastic. And that's what you're looking for in a best of one scenario. So you don't necessarily want the best deck. You just want a deck that more often than not is going to push your opponent out of the ability to hang in there. So it's very different than like a best of 3. Best of 3, you definitely want to go a completely different direction and you want to have more answers. This deck is not about having all the answers. It is about being able to win just enough that you push other decks out. That's the whole goal. That's all we care about. This is why Mono Red was so good for so long, is because Mono Red had exactly that scenario where it would push other people directly out of being able to compete. So, like, if you can contain them in the first 4 turns, you basically lost the game. This deck is very similar in that aspect. It may be a little bit stronger later on than Mono Red was, but it is not as strong at the beginning as Mono Red was. So I'm really hoping that we keep having this kind of success with the deck. I'll feel very, very comfortable if we can keep this up. This is a very solid hand. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and monk here. So basically the play is, unless he drops 2 things, yeah, that's fine. Ooh, I can monk. Yeah, we'll monk and portable hole. So this triggers both monks, which is fantastic. So I went from 1/1s to 2/2s. And then next turn we can aspirant, portable hole. Sure. Sure. Get that removal out of the way. Yeah, the call here is definitely farmhand. I'm really liking farmhand. Very good for getting that 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 land drop, which is very important. Oh, this is fantastic. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. Go ahead and get that counter on farmhand. The other thing is portable hole against like mono red is essentially like a hard yeah, we'll go ahead and just attack with both here. Next turn we can turn on the lifelink, which is really, really good. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, he knows it's over. So this is exactly what we want to happen. Like every single game, this is perfect. And so basically the entire idea is just to keep this going. I'm really, really liking this deck, and it's not super expensive. It's not super new. Well, it is a lot of common and uncommon from the new set required. But as far as like most of it's common and uncommon, not rares, right? So like even if you don't have any of the cards, it's not. I'm gonna go ahead and usher here. So the reason we're ushering instead of monking is because our next play is definitely farmhand, and the play after that is probably spellbinder. So it just doesn't make sense to really push out the yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and attack. If you want block, you can block. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense to push out the monk in that category because we weren't going to be dropping a second spell for a while. Um, so here, I think the call is just going to be a Spellbinder and attack with our farmhand. And then we can do like Monk into farmhand, get a land, play that land. Or we could even go Monk into Spellbinder if we draw a land. But I think we want a Spellbinder first. Let's see what we're working with here. I definitely don't want to see Goldspan. And that's how I would always approach Elite Spellbinder, is take the card you don't want to see first, always. Because if you do that, you're just going to have a way better time. So we're going to go ahead and play Monk here into Spellbinder. And wait on our opponent for a bit here, apparently. Sure. I don't know why you would do Deluge in response to the Spellbinder, because now I can just pick whatever I don't want to deal with. Sure. I mean, he got to burn down the houses, so I guess that was alright. Burn down the house here. Yeah. Alright, so we can do farmhand. This is also just really good deck thinning too, if you get more than one, which is fantastic. Really, really solid. Really, really solid. If you get that going. Very, very cool. Very, very cool indeed. So now it's just going to be a matter of rolling this out and seeing what happens. Okay. So we can apparition that. Man, I'm getting flooded, which is not good. Not what you want to see here. Sure. Yeah, I would get rid of that too. I need one card with one different power, and then I can flip farmhand, and then it's gonna get insane. Man alive. Oh, this is actually really cool. Okay, so we're gonna Spirit into Chaplain. Get our token here. And this has first strike. And it makes it where everything has Ward of 1, which is nice. Sure. No blocks. Cool. Swing with everything. Sure. Paladin class would have been super helpful to have earlier. To help deal with this control shenanigan stuff. Sure. That's not death. Does he have a board wipe? As if not, I think I just win when I plus this. Ah, good game. He got me. I haven't quite figured out what the sack this place is, like just to skip the game and keep going. I didn't know if that one was going to be winnable or not. Obviously, I lost it. But it could have very well been a winnable game if I'd have played a little bit differently, or if I hadn't got Uh, all those lands really hurt, like, a lot. Um, Interesting hand. So if I get a land, this hand is insane. If I don't get a land, it is very, very bad. So we're going to keep it, just kind of see what happens, because this is for testing purposes. Okay, so we're going to monk. Next turn, we'll farm hand, get our third land. Unless we draw a land. If we draw a land, I might spirit. No. Okay, we're going to farm hand. Then we can spirit into Usher if we want to pump up the monk. Or we can apparition the werewolf pack leader, which is probably the right call. That is definitely the right call now. Is to spirit the wolf pack leader. Or else it's going to get stupid very, very quickly. Nope. I might have to spellbinder here too. Nope. Yep. Let's see what we got going on here. Ranger class, okay. Ouch. Okay, so we're gonna definitely a spellbinder here. Oof, duh. Okay, that's a good and a bad thing. So next turn, we can get our just nothing but lands. He's already got all of his juice on the board. If we can get another apparition here, it would be huge. Or paladin class. No, we'll take it. Yep. Because this is essentially like, I either draw something good or I just lose. And this is the faster deck than what I'm playing. I don't think it's as stable. What do we want to do here? Oh, that gives trample. Criminy. This is basically a loss at this point. There's nothing I can do to stop that. Because all he has to do is trample, and I don't have enough power to block it all. Sure. Yeah, he's got me. Okay, next match. Getting a little more serious decks now, which is a good thing. You don't want all your matchups to just be joke matchups. But at the same time, it'd have been nice to draw better against them. But that's all right. We're on to the next one. All right, so here the call is to usher into farmhand, into monk aspirant, or into Adeline, just kind of depending on how things work out and how we're playing. Okay. We're still farmhanding here. Need that land. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing in with Usher. If he wants to block, that's fine. I'll trade it. Sure. Okay. is it Delver? Okay, I can deal with this. So we're basically gonna play Monk and a Paladin class here, probably. Sure. Sure. And the reason why Paladin class is so good is it makes his decisions harder, and he has to do more stuff on his turn, which means I don't have to worry about as much shenanigans on my turn. Holy moly. Well, let's just see what's in his hand here. I'm just curious at this point. Yeah, sure. He's gonna play with fire this. Lots of removal. Like very heavy removal. Sure. He's having to do stuff on his turn, which is good for me. If I get a land, I think the call is... Well, I didn't get a land, so we're just gonna add a lane. Might even Paladin class here, just to get that extra defense, since he does have quite a bit of removal. Sure. Just to make my stuff like that much spicier. He might magic missile here. Well, it's only 3 damage, so you can't kill it with just magic missile, and it would cost all of his mana to magic missile. Okay, that's fair. Alright. Okay. So I think the cause here is to Spirit, Portable Hole, get my flyer, take out his dude, attack for 4. Alright, his turn. Sure. Another removal? Or another burn? If he has another burn, that's not good for me. Okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting deck. That's a lot of burn. I have not seen a Delver deck with that much burn, and it is closer to like a modern Delver deck than it is like a standard deck. If I would have got like Legion Angel or some of my earlier removal stuff, like a Portable Hole or things like that earlier, I think it would have been a different... Oh, or Champion. Champion's really good against decks like that. We'll go ahead and usher here into Clarion. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Now we're hoping to get like a Paladin class. Like if we could get Paladin class into Aspirant, we would be in fantastic shape. Here, I think I want to go Aspirant into Alms. And then we'll beef up the Usher, because that also activates my lifelink guy if I get him. Sure. So that's a 4/4. Oh, fantastic. So we'll Adeline into Usher. What do we want to do here? Does this guy have reach? He does not. Go ahead and just pump up the Spirit and get in there for 2. Sure. This is a very much a go wide deck. This is why Paladin class is good. So if we get Paladin class and go like Paladin class into like Paladin class into pump and just like turn everything sideways, it's basically game, which is crazy, right? They should take Adeline here. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I think I want to do that and then just post. That guy's gonna die, which is fine. This is basically keeping Innkeeper in bay. So the only thing I'm noticing is even though I'm down to, what is it, like 18 lands, I'm still getting quite a bit of flooding. Oh no, that's just like it just has not been a solid draw or what, but yeah, that's a lot of land. Sure. We'll bring some heat in here. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Sure. Sure. Definitely want to kill the apparition. And boast. Oh my goodness. I'll just chill. I don't want to run faceless until I have something else that will be a boon to it. Oh my goodness, that's not good. He's flooding, but he's not flooding as bad as I am, and he's not getting, like, I had like 3 turns in a row of drawing land, and against a deck like this, like, that's a death sentence. Okay, so let's Clarion. This will get us 2 flyers. And remove his flyer. Yeah. And if I could get like a paladin class. Oh my goodness. What is with him getting all of his removal, me getting like no removal? And we're running the same cards basically for removal. Sure. I understand not wanting 2 Clarions when you don't have flyers. I 100% get that. One, two, three. I think the call is just to save the Usher at this point. I need that second cast. Like, this thing doesn't have trample, so I mean, he can keep, like, going crazy with it. It's fine. It's a weird deck. I think it's specifically built to deal with, like, my kind of deck. Like, because it has, like, a little bit of life gain and a little bit of beefier creatures, so it's very good against, like, this and, like, mono red and maybe Gruul, but I don't think it has enough removal to deal with Gruul. Oh, baby. This is big. Paladin class is so big. Basically, if he can't destroy Paladin class, he doesn't kill me this turn, I win. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, he's gonna remove Paladin class. So annoying, man. that is an annoying combo to deal with. This teleportation circle. It's literally just a slow version of my deck. It's way more annoying because it's more based on enter the battlefield stuff. Okay, I see what he's going with now. This teleportation circle card is a problem. And I don't have any way main deck of dealing with it, which is unfortunate. But if I get like another Paladin class, I just win, so it's fine. Yep. And he only gains so much life, right? Like, sure. Ooh. This is really annoying. Having a Skyclave apparition every turn is a problem. This is one of those that in a best of 3 scenario, I would probably have the guy that destroys artifact or an enchantment and just it's no problem. But because it's not best of 3, it's best of 1, this deck is actually fairly good because probably a lot of people aren't main decking hate for that card, and that card is clearly extremely powerful. I'm an idiot. I just realized I haven't used Cave. And Cave would literally just win me the game. Even though I think I win next turn regardless. Because I just don't think he can deal with my air attack. Yeah. He has 1 air blocker. 6, 7, 8, 9. You may even turn that guy live. Sure. I'm surprised he's not removing these, because I wouldn't get anything off of them. Like, if it was me, I would be, like, bouncing this and taking off spirits every turn, because that's what's killing me. But, you know, whatever. I think he thinks he can just gain life out of it. Ooh. I can't dragon if I do this, but I think that's fine. If I just get... That gets me 2, that gets me 1. Yeah, oh, sweet. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I think I might actually pull this thing off. It's gonna be a really long... It's like such a long game because he's gained 1.5 million life. Yep. Yep. Still gaining more life. I mean, my god. The amount of life gain is absurd. It's a lot of life gain. Okay, what's this? I mean, sure. So much life gain, dude. I mean, at some point, he's not going to be able to gain like 12 life a turn, right? Like it has to end. All right, I'm going to turn off mic and camera for just a second, guys. All right, sorry about that. I'm back now. So, I think the call is I'm just going to take the 4 here and just throw a 1/1 in front of this and keep the ground attack going. Like, I don't know how he keeps getting all this life gain draw. Like, it's actually absurd. This gives me more flyers. Like a lot more flyers. And thins the deck a little bit, which is always a good thing. So he's going to take 3 here. Sure. So I pop Cave. If he doesn't gain 1,000,000 life, and I think it's just over. Because he can only block one of these two, right? Yeah. Is he going to gain 1,000,000 life this turn? No. But he removes something. So if he removes that, then I can Cave. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Gonna go down to 1 here. Sure. Sure. Oh, something crazy. I mean, the life gains finally, we're breaking through the life gain, which is wonderful. Because if he doesn't have something to destroy Paladin class, he auto loses. And even then, I think he still just loses. I don't know. It depends. If he attacks with everything, I'd make some very unfavorable blocks. Yeah. But all I had to do is live through it. Okay, so you can block here. You can block here. Bam. Yeah. I guess he thought I was going to screw that block up. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Very happy overall with this deck's performance. I'm surprised I won that game with it going on as long as it did. I think if he was more aggressive, I would have dwindled down his staying power, but I wouldn't have been able to build up those huge swings. Like, I would have had to keep trading my pieces off too. And I think he could have whittled me down if he played smarter. But I'm very happy he didn't, and I won that one. Because when you're like the behind guy. You have to play very, very intelligently or else it's not gonna work out. Which is a good thing, I think. Um, this hand is kinda slow. But if we get like a farm hand or a plains anywhere in the next like 4 turns, we're in pretty good shape. Yeah, I'll go and just pop that out to get a little bit of aggression on the table. You normally don't want to play 1 drops with Monk out unless you can activate Monk, except for in instances like this where it's kind of dicey. Oh, nice. I'll take that. I'll 100% take that. You get a lot of those kind of wins, by the way, like a lot of them, where it's just like 2, 3 turns, done. They don't want anything to do with you. Um, you get a lot of longer wins too, like the like normally 4, 5. You're consistently normally in the lead, and then it's either gonna break open for you or it's gonna break open from them. Um, and either is kind of fine for you. Like if it breaks open for them, it just is what it is, and you move on to the next one. This hand's pretty good. Farmhand definitely with Legion Angel definitely accelerates things. I'm gonna go ahead and play Farmhand first, get that extra planes. That way my Legion Angel can turn on. And then I can Spirit into Portable Hole if I need to. Or I can just Spirit into Paladin class, which is still awesome. And then next turn I can Legion Angel if he taps out. If he doesn't, I can Clarion Spirit into Portable Hole. Sure. So in this instance, you want a Legion Angel because he only has 1 mana. He can't cast it because of Paladin class. Sure. What do we want to do here? I think we just Legion Angel it again. Sure. Sure. Come on, land. Alright, sweet. So we're gonna Monk into Legion Angel. Legion Angel is such a huge threat for a deck like his, where it's more control based. Because, like, if he didn't deal with that, he'd already be dead. So it's really putting a lot of pressure on him to keep killing it over and over and over again. And it's cool that it reoccurs like that. So I think the idea here is just Chaplain and a Legion Angel. Keep getting these pumps up, keep forcing him into killing Legion Angel or he dies. I think that that's a very solid strategy. Sure. So now we can... Okay, so there's a couple options here. So we can Spellbinder. We can Clarion Spirit into like Chaplain. Or we can just like Paladin class. And I guess we can Clarion. And then that next turn we can... Actually, you know, we're just going to go ahead and attack. Because he has to block this. And that kills him. Yeah. Solid. Solid, solid. Very happy. Very, very happy. All right. So we've already moved out of diamond into platinum. Platinum is where a lot of people get stuck. Platinum, definitely you're playing against typically higher skilled players, not always, but typically higher skilled players. Let's go ahead and get another pack and see what we can get going here. So, oh, Hollowed Respite. I like that card. It's a good card. I think there's a world where the enchantment that one guy was playing against me and like Hollowed Respite, there I feel like there's a blue-white deck that deals with enter the battlefield triggers on creatures that is good. It might not be tier 1, but I think it's good. Oh, this is actually an excellent hand. So we can go Monk, Clarion Spirit into double Escher. And basically he has removal or I jump way ahead in like 2 to 3 turns. I don't want to attack Monk into that. Or I can get like something else and then Usher too, just depending on draws. I really did like that. Is it Delver deck? Goblins, okay. No blocks. Here, I think we just go ahead and play the cave. No attacks. So he can give +1 to all goblins. Okay, red, white goblins. Interesting. Oh, okay. Okay. That's actually smart. Hopefully he attacks with both here. And I can get a paladin class, because if I do, I just overtake the game instantly. We'll see. Okay. I mean, his guys are definitely going to be bigger than mine, even with paladin class, but it's the quantity. Like, at a certain point, like, the quantity of guys matters. Oh, he's going to work on trying to kill Usher, maybe? That's the other thing is if he attacks with... Oh. Rip me. Okay. I guess we put one on Ascendant here. Just so he has to play 2 goblins and activate the ability to kill it. Ooh, these guys are getting beefy. I don't like the fact that these are in the game, because these are not standard legal. Right? Like, I wish they would do something about that. I wish they would make it where if we're going to have a rotation, it stays to a true rotation. Because I feel like it's not... a good representation of Magic the Gathering when you have cards that aren't legal that they're allowed to play with, and other people don't have access to that same thing. Take action. Give me a plains. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. That's game. He got me. But what I was saying is I just don't like the fact that I think you shouldn't have to build a deck to compete with arena standard. Like, I don't think that there should be a special archetype that is only playable in arena and is not playable in paper. I don't think that's good for the game. Like, I fundamentally do not think it's good for the game. I think it gives people a bad impression because this deck is never meant to play against that deck in a million years. And it's kind of a problem because you had to prepare for something that you shouldn't ever play against. And I don't think it's healthy long term. Like, it's fine. Like, and granted, my deck can beat that deck. It's just I have to have Paladin class to deal with that deck. Right? It's like 100% required. I have to have Paladin class. Is like my only viable way of dealing with it. And since I didn't have Paladin in class, I just couldn't. No. So next turn I can Aspiration if he plays something bigger, or I can go ahead and activate a Paladin class and start getting some damage through. Because then at that point, he can't kill any of my creatures, so I can attack with everything, which would be good. And then I can activate the other Paladin class the next turn and just keep chipping away. And then by the time he can play something big, I can just remove it. That's probably a pretty solid plan. We'll just see what he plays here. What you got for me, bro? What you got for me? Double Paladin class is also just really hard for most decks to deal with. It doesn't give you a lot of free room as far as, like, if your hand isn't in a really good place, it's going to be really, really hard for you to deal with this. Yeah, I'm just going to Paladin class here. I think that's the call. And then I Paladin class again. Yeah. Good game, bro. Good game. I really wish they would make it like the arena system. I wish that they would make it where you could play all the games at the beginning of the season and you didn't have to like keep continuing on. Because like I really enjoy playing, especially like format shakeups like this. Like I'll play a lot, but I don't want to be forced into playing for a whole season. I don't have time for it. I wish I did. I just don't. I think we just Paladin class here. Let's think. Hopefully we get a 2-drop. Hopefully we get the guy that gets us a land. We can play him. Sets us up for either Spellbinder or... yeah. I guess we just play these two and hope I get a land next turn. This might be our first game of having land issues. We haven't had really land issues so far. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. It's weird. The only thing I'm not liking about the YouTube streaming is it doesn't seem like it is as advantageous to get people to watch. Like, you have to be pre-existing compared to Twitch. Also could be a time slot thing. This is kind of like a popular time slot. So that 100% could be it as well. Let's see what we got here. No, I don't care. Sure. Okay, we are officially having mana issues. Yeah, if I don't draw land here, it's basically over. Even if I do draw land here, it's probably basically over. Yeah, it's over. Well, we're just going to skip this one up and go to the next. There's no point staying in this. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Ooh. Oh, interesting. I might be playing a mirror match. Let's see if he does farmhand shenanigans and all. Probably not. I haven't seen anyone else using farmhand. Okay. I think that's still the call over Monk Portable. Might not have been. I might should have taken care of that spirit when I could have easily. We'll just play it out. His next turn is definitely Monk Portable Hole, taking off spirit. Taking out one spirit. Yeah, the other one and clearly. Sure. Sure. Gladly take that trade. Monk is a way better card. Sure. Just gonna hit my Spellbinder here. Sure. He's using Code Spell. I was using Code Spell for a little while. I swapped that out for On, I believe it was, that I changed it over for to. No blocks. That's not good. No attacks. What does this do again? Double strike, okay. Yup. It's crazy how this deck, oh my goodness, goes from like no lands to just flooding. It's so weird. I don't understand the like why it is this way. It's just kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe maybe it will even itself out and get less spiky. That was like the whole point of the farmhand, was to make it less spiky. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it gets a little better. Dude, that Paladin class activation is going to be huge. What is that for? Sure. All right. So now we got, what are we doing here? He's got to get like some serious creature threats on the board. And I have 2 portable holes, so it's not going to work out well for him, regardless of however he plays. He just doesn't know that yet. So we can either activate Paladin class, or we can go into Clarion Spirit into Chaplain, or Clarion Spirit into Portable Hole. He doesn't have a lot of good options right now. I have a feeling he's playing just too slow of a deck to deal with me. Or he just got a slow hand. Could be either or because this game's crazy like that. We're gonna go ahead and just Paladin class and pump in. Get him down to 1. Unless he can do something here. Sure. Okay. Still okay with this. So next turn, Clarion Spirit, Portable Hull. Sure. Sure. Oh, perfect. Okay, so Clarion Spirit, Portable Hull 1. Portable Hull 2. Sure. Spicy. Okay. Sure. My turn. Sure. Yeah. So I was kind of thinking. All right. Well, I think that's enough testing for now. I may stream a little more later. But anyway, thanks for checking it out, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and have a wonderful rest.